So I thought it would be a good time to give you a little bit of my wisdom or my experience. And one of the members, or in my private Facebook group, was mentioning about leveraging your equity, home equity, for real estate purposes, I guess, to invest. And I wanted to talk to you about the good and the bad. All right, totally understand what he was trying to persuade or trying to put out there. Leveraging your equity. Let's say you have $100,000 equity. So basically what he's saying was that if you have equity in your home, rather than having that equity sit in your house and doing nothing, to take a home equity out against your home, to use that equity to purchase real estate or for other investment purposes. Okay, and it makes sense theoretically, because technically, it's equity in your house, it's not doing anything. Take that money out because of the low interest rate, make a higher return on that equity, so that you're ahead of, basically, let's say you're paying out interest, let's say $50 a month, you could be making rental income of $100 a month, and so you're going to be net positive. So theoretically, that makes sense. The good part, okay? That's assuming that you know what you're doing in terms of investing. And, frankly, and in my experience, and honestly, from my own experience, is that if you start out and you're, investing, most, people that are going to go into real estate, if you're just starting out, there's a lot of risk involved, and I'll be honest with you, it is especially if you're going to buy rental properties, you don't know how to deal with tenants, you don't know how to analyze the property, and so that comes with that risk. And so that is the bad part of risking your equity. And the problem with that is that, well, not necessarily a problem, but and I see this because my parents that are they're retiring at this age, and they bought a house, I don't even remember, so long ago. I grew up in that house, and they are selling their house currently, and they have not used their equity, and they took a conservative approach to looking, I guess, for their retirement, and that is the only nest egg that they have. But now they purchased that house, I don't remember exactly how much. They probably bought it in the 100,000s or maybe 200. And now it's probably worth close to $1 million or so. It's a property in New York. And so that's their nest egg. Now imagine if they would have took their nest egg and bought something, could they have made more money? Could they have taken that equity and reinvest that? Well, you'll never know. But the fact is, they may have lost money. And I know for a fact, because I deal in foreclosure, and I deal with a lot of homeowners that are delinquent on their mortgage. And a lot of the scenarios that I see are people that have used their equity, in cases may have 2 or 3 home equities, and they've used that money for whatever purpose. It could have been for investment purposes, or it could have been to pay their son's education or their children's education, for whatever reason. But that's the risk that you're taking. And so if you know what you're doing, and if you are a savvy investor and you have experience, then by all means I would do that. But you also have to understand that the people that are saying this might be people that have no vested interest, and I know from experience, real estate agents, they may say that, nothing against real estate agents. I think, there are good agents and there are bad agents, and there are agents out there, they're going to push to sell a property, they're going to push to sell an investment, pushing you, saying that this is a good investment. But you got to do your due diligence, because it's at the end of the day, if you're investing money into a property, it's your money. it's not their money, because they are just agents. They're providing a service to you, and they get commissions off of that. All right, and so that's my word of wisdom. If you're wholesaling, you're not buying property, so there's really no risk. But if you're investing or you're buying rental properties, just be mindful. It's ultimately your decision. All right, and if you're watching this now, write your comments and let me know what your thought is on leveraging your equity. Until then, I'll see you. Bye.